So here we are with ratios and percents from Coach Lesson 6. There are 8 6th grade students, 10 7th grade students, and 6 8th grade students in the band. What is the ratio of 6th grade students to the rest of the students? Well, there are 8 6th graders to the rest of the band. The rest of the band would include the 7th and the 8th graders. So that would be 10 and 6 together. So that's going to be 8 out of 16. So that is 1 to 2. A is the correct answer choice there. Number 2, what percent of the band consists of 7th grade students? Round to the nearest tenth of a percent if necessary. 7th graders, we have 10 out of how many total? That would be 8 and 10 and 6 all together, and that will be 24. And when I take 10 and divide it by 24 and then multiply it by 100, I get 41.6%. Repeating. So that closest answer choice there would be D, 41.7%. Skipping to question 3 and going on to question 4. Mr. Chung stayed 4 nights at a hotel. His bill was $725 before the sales tax of 6% was included. How much will Mr. Chung pay in sales tax? So I would do this. I would say 725 times 1.06. The 100% is the 725 plus the 6% in sales tax. It's all together. Skips a step there. So a little bit of a shortcut. 725 times the 1.06 is 768.5. And rats. I didn't read the question very closely because none of these answer choices are there, which means I need to go back and read my question. How much will Mr. Chung pay in sales tax? Not total. Rats. So I didn't need to do this. I just needed to multiply 725 times 0.06. And that would be 43.5 is how much he's paying in tax. It's good to know I can get the right answer here. What percent of 80 is 36? So if you will remember, is goes over of. You can put P over 100. It's a proportion. Multiply 36 times 100 and 80 times P. We're going to divide both sides by 80. So 3,600 divided by 80 is going to give us 45%. So for question 3, a computer that originally cost $850 is on sale for 15% off. What is the sale price of the computer? So $850, and if that is representing the 100%, and we're getting 15% off, that means I'm actually going to pay for 85% of that thing. So I'm going to multiply 850 times 0.85, and I'm actually reading the question this time to see it's asking for the sale price, not the amount of the discount. So I can do it this way. The 15% will tell me how much the discount was. The 85% will tell me the sale price. So 850 times 0.85 or 85%. And I get, on my calculator there, $722.50. Number 6, Mrs. Jones bought a Labrador Retriever puppy for $800 in 2004. In 2009, she bought another Labrador Retriever puppy for $1,100. What is the percent increase of the price? Round to the nearest tenth of percent if necessary. This is where we find the difference over the original, and then we're going to change that into a percent out of 100. So the difference we're going to find by subtracting 1,100 minus 800. The original was 800 in 2004. See that? That was before 2009. So 800 is the original cost. So this is going to simplify to 300 is the difference over 800. And I can see that I can mark out the zeros there to simplify it. So I essentially have 3/8 is what percent out of 100. So multiply 3 times 100 and then divide by 8. And that should give you 37.5%. Questions 7 and 8. Number 7, Angie has $1,550 in a savings account that pays 2.5 annual simple interest. If she does not make any deposits or withdrawals, she leaves that account alone. How much money will Angie have in her account for 2 years? I party. That's what it's asking. That will tell you the interest. In the account, you're going to have to add the interest to the original amount. So the principal is $1,550. The rate, make it into a decimal, is 0.025. The time is in years, so we don't have to do anything fancy there. So I got to multiply 1,550 times 0.025 times 2, and I get my interest is $77.50. Now that's not an answer choice there because it wants to know how much money will Angie have in her account. So I have to take the amount of interest and add it to the principal. So the principal was $1,550. I add the $77.50 to that. That's 7, 2, 6. That's a 6 and 1. And I see B is the correct answer choice for that one. Last one, number 8. Last year, 60 students signed up for soccer tryouts. This year, 48 students signed up. What is the percent decrease of students who signed up for soccer? This one is very similar to question 6. It's going to be the difference over the original equals percent, over 100. So 60 over 48. And then the original was last year, 60. So that's the original. Okay, so 60 minus 48 should be 12. And then I'm going to come over here. 12 is the difference over 60, the original amount. Now, I can see here 12 over 60 will simplify to 1 over 5. And then I know from there that 1/5 as a percent is 20%. Now, if you don't know that, you would multiply 12 times 100. That gives you 1,200. And 60 times P is 60p. So we'd have 1,200 is equal to 60p. Then you're going to divide both sides by 60. And looky there. You still get the percent is 20, which would be A. I strongly encourage you guys, if you haven't already, to go back in your journals to the percent stuff that we did, and we did a whole bunch of them. And you should probably study those. So I'm looking in my journal right here, all of these. Percent of the total, there that is. And then we've got percent error, percent decrease, finding the discount and the sale price, finding the amount of discount. There should be, yep. Tips and commissions, sales tax, markups, simple interest. And then we've got these is over of questions. Okay, all of those should be in your notes. They're from the second 9 weeks. Here, all that stuff right there that you can't read in green. You need to go back. If you don't have those notes, I strongly encourage you. Those videos are still posted on my YouTube. At least go watch the videos just to refresh your mind on all those various percent types of problems. That would really, really help you out a lot. And that's all I have for today on ratios and percents. Thanks for listening.